everyone, I'm Amanda and this is Big Empress Energy. I am here to do a general May reading for all those concerned with Virgo. Wow. So Virgo could be your sun, moon, or rising signs. Honestly, just any important placement in your chart, like your Venus or North Node, South Node, what have you. Wow, Virgo. 3 major arcana so far. Yeah, or you could be connecting with a Virgo, and in that case you would be a cross-watcher, so just be aware that you might have to flip the roles. And if this reading resonates with you, please like and comment. Oh my god. And if you like the way that I read, subscribe to my channel. I have a smaller channel, and I am just starting out, so every interaction with my videos, every new subscriber, I notice it, and it makes a big difference. Wow, Virgo. May is going to be a big month for you. I do see the tower here in the moon. I think they're, in the Wheel of Fortune. I see, like, a goal having been really important to you, Virgo. Yeah. And you've been going after it. And, like, with this 9 of Wands, it's like you're close to the finish line. It's something you really want for yourself. But I do see a bit of a surprise coming in this month in some way. And I don't think there's a whole lot you can do about it. To be honest, it seems like a cosmic shift in some sense, especially with the Hanged Man here. It's like, I'm a Virgo too, by the way, so I'm a little like, oh god. It doesn't have to be bad at all, but I do think there's going to be some unknown to it. And I think, I don't know about you, Virgo, but me as a Virgo, I like to know the way that things are going to go, I'm not as flexible as I'd like to be. Although I'm much more flexible than I was, 10 years ago or whatever. Okay. What else, please, for May, for my Virgos? Death. Wow, Virgo. This is a pivotal month for you. A pivotal month. You have 2 Scorpio cards here. So some of you could be dealing with a Scorpio. You also have 2 cards that Cancer is associated with. Wow. One more, please, for my Virgos. 10 of Cups. Oh, what a beautiful way to end that. My favorite card, and the Queen of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So we have 2 queens here, Virgo. Wow, is this month going to be full of changes? I don't think they're necessarily going to be negative. I just think it's going to be a lot of change. And, that can be stressful on its own, good or bad changes, with the Tower. And I think some of it will be unexpected. So, first things first, I'm going to go over the signs here, just so that we can get that out of the way. God, I hate that it's kind of, like, at an angle. I'm sorry. I'm a bit of a perfectionist when it comes to my card placements. So with Death, we have Scorpio. With the Chariot, we have Cancer. With the Tower, we also have Scorpio. With the Moon, we have Pisces and Cancer. And with the Hanged Man, we have Pisces as well. So you have double Scorpio, double Pisces, and double Cancer here. Quite a bit of water, Virgo. Yeah, and then you have the 10 of Cups, the 4 of Pentacles, which is really like holding on to something. This is that rigidity, Virgo, that unwillingness to be flexible with change. I definitely see advice from Spirit here. I'm getting advice from Spirit that you need to loosen that up a little bit. Be more willing to roll with the punches, to bend and not break, so to speak. Because there are going to be a lot of things you don't know, and there are going to be a lot of things that your hands are tied, so to speak, with the Hanged Man here. It's definitely going to shift your perspective. The 10 of Cups is the happily ever after, Virgo. I am so glad that this reading, the last card I pulled, because these 2 are basically your outcome of the month, is the Ten of Cups and death. So massive changes involving home life and family and, the way that we knew things. The Tower is huge upheaval in the way that we knew things. And death and the Tower and the Wheel of Fortune, intense changes, Virgo. With how intense these changes are, you've probably felt them coming on or had some indication that things are shifting. And with the Tower, that can be unexpected. So some of you might not, necessarily know what this is just yet. But that's okay, Virgo, because ultimately, with the Ten of Cups here, it's for your highest good. It's going to help realign you on your path towards your goal with the Chariot here. And I do think you all know, to some degree, what that goal is, what you've been working towards recently. Yeah, very interesting, because here I'm getting, advice from Spirit with the Four of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords. Both of those cards can be a little resistant to change, a little rigid. And then I see the Queen of Cups at the bottom of the deck here. You're with the Three of Cups, you're going to have a close group of people that are going to help you cope with this change, that you can rely on during this, Virgo. Probably family with the Ten of Cups, but it doesn't have to be. It could be soul family. It could be a partner. It could be your children. It could be a lot of things. But what I see here from Spirit is to be less like the Queen of Swords and be more like the Queen of Cups. And the Queen of Cups is, very intuitive, psychic. She flows like water. Whereas the Queen of Swords is rigid and stiff like a sword, like metal. Nothing against her. She's very logical. She's the kind of person I would want to have my back in a fight or a debate. But just advice from Spirit is to be more willing to go with the flow this month because there's so many changes. And essentially they're saying if you can lean into the change, you won't get whiplash from it, so to speak, emotional whiplash. I do think, once this month is over, you're going to be kind of wow, my life has shifted so much in such a short period of time. Like I said, I do see this being positive. The Chariot can represent success. We ended this on death, which is, death and rebirth, coming out of this like a different person. And then the Ten of Cups. So it's aligning you with your happily ever after. It's aligning you with complete emotional fulfillment. Wow, Virgo, you have 10-10 here. 2 queens. Oh my god. 12 and 13 of major arcana. So they're going in order, Virgo. So you are stepping things up in life in general, as a whole. You're missing 11, so justice. For it to go from the Wheel of Fortune to the Hanged Man to death. So that leads me to believe this last month has probably been justice for you, Virgo, cause and effect, karma, karmic shifts, those kinds of things, seeing everything kind of come full circle, past decisions, having an effect on your current life. I know for me, I'm a Virgo, and I have, this last month that actually kind of makes sense because, I've had some people come back into my life who all of a sudden weren't there and, they've come back, that kind of thing. It's just interesting to see the cause and effect of our choices and other people's choices. But I think that's kind of what we've been coming out of the beginning of this year, Virgo. But, this is going to be a big shift, and I don't think, all of it we're going to be expecting. And I do think to some degree, like I said, it's going to be a little scary. Change is scary, right? I'm not saying, literal death or horrible chaos, not necessarily, like I said, this is all going to align you with your highest good. And just keep that in mind through this change, Virgo. But I do see to some degree there's not, there's only so much you're going to be able to do in this change. I think a lot of it is going to be external. And that's okay, Virgo. I mean, advice from Spirit is really to, try to remain flexible during this time. And if you can do that, if you can kind of let go and not hold on so tightly to expectations of people and things in our lives, you'll truly be successful. You'll come out on top and end up in your 10 of Cups, you know? You have 10-10 here, Virgo, so, I mean, a lot of things are ending, especially with death and the Tower. That's sudden endings. Yeah, and then, you know, with the 9 of Wands, this is nearing that end. It's that last sprint before the finish line, so to speak. So I think, Virgo, I think for most of you, you know what this change is. Most of it, anyways. And, you know, it's basically just kind of coping with that change this month. But for some of you, it could be new change that you're not totally aware of yet, you know? Yeah, but I just see you coming out on top of it, Virgo, with the Chariot, especially if you, it will be, the path of least resistance for you in this change would be to be more like the Queen of Cups as opposed to the Queen of Swords. Male, female, any other gender, it's not gender specific in the least. Yeah, it's just an energy, you know, like the Queen of Swords and the Four of Pentacles is a little rigid, a little attached to certain outcomes, not wanting things to change. You know, the way that this man is clinging to the Four of Pentacles, like, he doesn't want to give any of it up. He doesn't want to share any of it. He doesn't want to release any of it. But he holds on to it so tightly that it, you know, you could kill it if it were a living creature, you know? And essentially, like, you can't do that or the universe will kind of, you know, rip it away. But yeah, with the Queen of Swords and the Four of Pentacles, it's just that rigid energy, that unwillingness to change. And Spirit is definitely advising, be open to different outcomes and to things not working out the way that you planned, Virgo, because it's going to end so much better. Yeah, and I think it's going to help you, you know, see things differently, gain a new perspective. It's probably going to offer you tools to better achieve your goals in the future, having gone through this experience and this change. But I do think, you know, change is scary and a lot of unknowns is scary, and I think that's the moon here. There is a message of the universe really wanting you to tap into your intuition with all the cups in the water here. I'm just getting, like, intuition. But yeah, I mean, the Queen of Cups follows her intuition. The moon can represent following that inner instinct, that intuition. Yeah, I mean, even the Hanged Man is kind of like he knows that there's more to learn, so he hangs himself upside down to see the world from a different perspective. Yeah, it's definitely, you know, just realizing that things change and shift in the seasons of life, and that's okay, Virgo. Okay, so I'm going to pull an oracle card for you, just as advice for this month, Virgo. For my Virgos, please. Ooh. Okay, number 5, Virgo. If you all don't know this, 5s are change. 5s in the tarot especially are change. This is such a common theme this month. It's crazy. Yeah, there's the card. It's really pretty. I like the steampunkiness of this deck. Okay. Whew. Flights of fancy, leap of faith, taking a next step. There's a quote on all these, so I'm going to read it. 20 years from now, you will be more disappointed by the things you didn't do than by the ones you did do. So throw off the bowlines. Sail away from the safe harbor. Catch the trade winds in your sail. Explore, dream, discover. How cool is that, Virgo? Because it's basically saying, like, lead with your heart. Like, listen to your intuition. Like, change is okay. Like, things shifting, having a different life is okay. Just, you know, roll with the punches. And it's almost like the Fool energy, this card. Which I started this reading briefly before I did this one and I had a technical issue. My sound wasn't working, but I got the Fool. And so that's definitely a theme happening here, Virgo. I also got the Emperor and the Empress and the Moon and the Sun. So, and I was like, holy crap. So Virgo, some of you could be meeting someone, and it could surprise you, someone that is your divine counterpart, or a love, a soulmate of some kind. That's not going to be all of you, but I feel like some of you might. Or it could have something to do with your mother and father or family, like I said with the Ten of Cups here. Okay. If you take that leap of faith, oh, the places you could go. But you'll never know until you try. We can dream and hope and take that leap, but there are risks involved. Nevertheless, we do not have to be a tarot fool innocently leaping from a cliff. We can instead assess the scenario, the dangers, and prepare. We can train or educate ourselves, become informed, take precautions, and increase our chances of success. Wow, Virgo. This is really positive. And like I said with the Chariot here, you all are going to be successful. This ends in success. This ends in a happily ever after. So just embrace the change, you know. Yes, change is stressful. Yes, unknowns are scary. But this is all working out for your highest good. Everything is unfolding perfectly, Virgo. Okay, Virgo, I'm going to leave this here. If you liked the reading and it resonated with you, please like and comment. You can share the reading if you want to. You can comment and claim the reading. I love when you guys fill me in on how this relates to your life. It's different for everyone, but it's like a common theme, and it's really cool. Okay, Virgo, if you want a personal reading with me, I'll put my email in the description box below. I love you. I hope you have an amazing May, and I will see you in the next one.